Well, hello. Welcome to the Great North American Stampin' Show. You are at Stampin' Shine with Julie Salva. I am Julie Salva. And what's that you say? Do I have a growth coming out of my head? I think not. It's my crown. Because last week, episode 1, I didn't win. And I'm like, Julie, why are you wearing a crown? That is poor sportsmanship, Julie. That is like taunting. If this were college football, I would throw a flag right now. I tied. Lisa Bowden and I tied. In fact, in the morning, I was 1 vote up. In the afternoon, she was 1 vote up. So we said, you know what? Let's just call it a tie. But I'm going to tell you something. You guys really watched because everybody, Lauren, Jody, all of us, man, we had a lot of likes. So thank you so much. Now, it's time. It is time for our next episode, season 6, episode 2. Let me show you the inspiration. It's on the floor. Okay, I'm back. All right, so page 17 of the Holiday Mini Catalog. Remember, if you don't have a demonstrator you're working with and you want one, let me know. I will mail you one. Page 17. These layouts are our inspiration. So how does it work? Well, we take a look at these layouts. We get inspired by them. We design a project. We do this video that you're watching right now, and you vote on the project you like the best. Whether it's mine, Jody's, Lauren's, Lisa's, and we will announce next week who won. You might ask, what do you guys win? Nothing. Nothing. We win the crown. And y'all, I got to tell you something. Jody has a great crown. We need to see it. And Lauren has a great crown. Watch those projects. Anyway, back to this. So I was inspired by one of these designs. Which one was it? Because I made that. Let me show it to you. Are you ready? All right. Let's go. So page 17 from the Holiday Catalog. This is the inspiration. So you see we've got some cards, we've got some tags, we've got a gift giving. And the thing that jumped out to me was the tag option and then gift giving. I wanted to do a gift giving. And so I'm not really sure what these are. They look like maybe hard candy or something. I don't know, but I thought that's not important. What is important is I wanted to do something with gift giving. So I thought, okay, I'm going to teach you how to make a box. And then I thought, you know what? I don't even need to teach you. I can take you to something brand new. And so what I did is I chose the Jolly Delivery set, and I'm getting ready to show you some awesomeness with this set. So here again is my project. All right, so you can see I've got a tag type thing, a focal point. I've got a gift giving element. Let me show you how to make it. So easy. You know why? Because the dies make the box. The dies make the box. And I want to show you something else that is so cool with this. Okay, so here you've got, that's a heart, 2 sides of a heart. This is 2 sides of a circle. This is 2 sides of a star. Why am I showing you that? Because when I first started playing with this, I was practicing on some garden green cardstock. And as I was manipulating this to put it together, and you can see how easy it goes together, all right? I was like, well, wait a minute. How do I adhere it? Okay. And I realized that what I could do, if I wanted to, is I could put some ribbon right through the little slit that comes with the die and kind of pull it up that way and tie it. And I do like that, and I will do that some. But then I was like, there's got to be something else. So in studying, see, here is where my studying benefits you. Things I've never said before. If you look closely at this, I want you to see, do you see these 3 little niches? 1, 2, 3. Whoops, sorry. Let me show you again. Let me put it on the back of this. You might be able to see it better. Yeah, that's good. You see that? Fiona. Okay, so what we do is we take this, and you can take the heart, you can take the star, and we slide it right there. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I am going to close the door. I know, Fiona. Danger. Danger. Y'all, she's been so wound up because we have people moving in next door. Okay. But you put the insert here, you slide it right into those notches like that, and then you just run it through the Big Shot or the Stampin' Cut and Emboss. Well, then what you get when you do that is this. You see how these come together. So when it's cut out, it actually cuts out, just by putting that little insert there, it cuts out a means to put the box together and to hold it together. These just fold up. The die did the work, and then you just tuck them right in there and fold them back. So let me show you from start to finish how I did this. So the Jolly Delivery Set is amazing because it comes with the great dies, okay? And I showed you the box die, all right? But it also comes with some dies that work with the DSP, the Designer Series paper. And I want to show you that paper because it might be a couple things to surprise you. First of all, you have 2 sheets of die cuts, okay? And I love how cute these are, just great. You've got the animals here. Let me show you one thing here. Remember how I just showed you that bear, all right? You don't need to line up the die on this bear because it's already a die cut, but you'll see we have some paper that it works with. So love, love this. And I think that we all know that if one of the dies looks like Fiona and Finley, we're using it. So I'm gonna set that one aside. But then let me show you, this. Let me show you some of the paper, okay? It is so fun. I mean, I don't know how you cannot love this paper. So you've got the little mailman there, and then this side, the B side, and this is actually the paper I'm using. Look at the dogs. Look at them. My goodness, they're just the best. And then a bunch of letters there. You've got your bears, your fox, other animals there. So very cute. I mean, you guys. So, oh my gosh, I love the village. Love the little village scene. And then some post mailboxes. And then more dog. Y'all, I love this. And you're going to love it too. I'm telling you, you're going to love it. So let me create something from it. All right. In fact, I'll show you real quick. I did make a swap. This is not my entry. Okay. This is not my entry. But I did make a swap using it. Just the paper. Love it. Okay. All right. So what I did is I went ahead and I ran this through the Big Shot, or the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine with the die. You need a 6x6 piece of paper. That's the size you need. So obviously 12 by 12 works best. The score lines are already in it. So all I need to do now is just fold my score lines and bone fold. Score lines, bone fold. As always, it's important, even though you're like, I don't need to bone fold. This is thin paper. You do need to bone fold, okay? Don't listen to that little evil voice inside you saying, no, just move quicker. You need to bone fold. Okay, the crispier your creases are, crispy creases, the better your project will stay together, okay? So there you go. All right, so I've got that done. Now, all I need to do is fold these little tabs in that the die cut for me. I mean, and if you've made boxes from scratch, you know what a big time saver this is. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take glue dots and I'm gonna put a glue dot on each tab. The reason I'm doing a glue dot instead of glue or Stampin' Seal or something like that is because these tabs are pretty small, and given half a chance, the green glue, I can get it all over all of this project, and the Stampin' Seal, I would be pulling so hard, I'm scared I would tear the tab. So the glue dot is the perfect solution. And I just put the glue dot, and there you go. Pull it off, and there we go. So now I'm gonna put my box together, and it's super easy to put together with that glue dot. Look at there, look at there. Half of it's already done. And now the other half. Okay, and so this is the inside, which, oh, it's so cute. I hate to hide it. But I think it'll be super cute when the gift recipient opens this and sees, oh, wow, look at that cute paper there. Don't you love that Stampin' Up! Paper is double-sided? I do. Okay, so now this one needs to come in a little bit more. Come on. There we go. All right. Now I've got this. I'm going to pop these guys out, the little circle pieces. There's even a score line there to make them fold neatly. Pull them through the tab and fold it back down. Now the only drawback here, okay? The only drawback is that because this paper is so thin and I don't have anything in it right now, it can get a little hinky to fold down. So just put your finger through that and then you'll be fine. Okay, so there you go. There's my box. Now you might ask yourself, my treat, remember page 17, I'm giving a treat. You may ask yourself, what would you put inside there? I did measure a gift card and it is too small for a gift card, but it is not too small for money. So I would absolutely put money. I would put some jewelry in there. It's great for some chocolate, you know? So, I mean, there are things that you can definitely put in there. But for me, I think the winning thing is money. It's even green like money. Okay, so now I want to make my faux tag, all right? Because remember I told you the tag appealed to me. So let me show you what I used. Because this paper has all the postage and everything up like that, I'm creating a tag out of the postal edge dies. I mean that makes perfect sense. And do you know what I used for the first time? I don't even know if you knew this was in there. In those postal dies is this die which doesn't cut, it embosses a postmark. Look at that. Look at that. So I went ahead and did it. I did it in both white. You can kind of see that postmark there. And I did it in red. So I wasn't sure which one I wanted, but I think I want the red. See the postmark? Okay. So first thing, I'm going to take my bow because I'm making this a faux tag. Okay. It's not really big enough to use as a real tag. I think it would just kind of, I just don't think it would look right. So I'm going to take some of this red ribbon, which of course I love. And I love it because it is, it's rigid enough that it ties nicely, but it's not so rigid that it becomes hard to get a pretty bow. Okay. So let me just go on and tie my bow. The reason I'm doing this first, okay, the reason I'm doing this first is because this is going to help me know kind of where to place my faux tag. All right, here we go. Look, I didn't even need the girls this time to help me tie this bow. Oh my gosh, so cute. Let me finagle. You know I'm going to finagle. All right. So the cool thing about this ribbon is that it has a little bit of a shimmer to it as well. Can you kind of see that? I feel like you can. Okay. You know what? I don't like that bow. It's cattywonk. We're finagling, we're catwalking. I'm telling you what, all of you guys should come visit Tennessee, or at least the South. I feel like through these videos, it's almost like a Rosetta Stone for you. You learn the words that you need to know. There we go. That's way better. All right, I'll come down and trim. Okay, so I have my tag here. I've got my postmark on it. You can see that. So now let's get Fiona here. And this is the Fiona who has not been barking. And I'm going to get my dimensionals and pop Fiona up on here. She looks so sweet, doesn't she? I'm gonna tell you what, Fiona's got some sass. You guys been watching me enough, you know that I have a golden retriever with some sass. Then I have Finley, who is just the sweetest. It's gonna go right here and a little bit off kilter, but just okay. And then I am going to get a scrap to stamp my sentiment on, and I'm gonna get a white scrap. Now, guys, y'all should always have white scraps laying around, and probably always have white scraps that are about 1/2 inch, especially if you do a lot of the projects that I do, because I trim my paper down and I always end up with either a 3/4 or a 1/2 inch scrap. So keep those little pieces because you can certainly use them all the time for sentiment things, just like I'm doing here. So I trimmed that down to a 1/2 inch. And then the sentiment that I'm going to use, I want to show you the stamp set, okay? So the stamp set for Jolly Delivery has these great greetings, okay? Hoping this Christmas is magical yet, from me to you, special delivery, etc., okay? And then you have your images here, and they're a little bit bigger, okay, than what this is. In fact, I'll show you. So, like, you can see the bear is bigger than that. So anyway, so I'm going to use the stamp that says Merry Christmas and Happy Wishes, and I will use my real red ink. So the only thing that I'm stamping here is my sentiment. Now, when you put a little sentiment on a banner, you want to make sure, give yourself a little bit of room here because I'm going to have to adhere this guy. So I'm going to take it over this way, hope I lined it up straight, which I did. When am I going to stop doubting myself? When am I going to be like, Salva, you are killing it? When will that day come? I don't know. All right, well, see, not today, because I'm going to trim this down. I left myself a little, y'all, I am so sorry. A little too much room there. Okay, there we go. That's going to go, oh, I love it. That's going to go right there. I'm going to cut my angle here. Since I have my glue dots out, I might as well just use those. Put a glue dot right on the back of this, which is going to help this whole banner lay flatter. Okay, good. All right, stick that there. Just kind of wedge it in. Oh my goodness. All right, I've got all this ready to go. It's kind of gonna look like a little faux tag here. And I'm gonna put it right there. We're done. We are done. Well, what did you think? So remember I told you I was inspired to give a gift, and I was inspired to kind of create a little faux tag, and that is what I did. I hope you guys love this, what's it called, Jolly Delivery Set, because it is so much fun to work with. So anyway, you know the drill. You want to make sure that you watch this video. You watch all the other videos, the other 3 videos that are in the description below. The links are there. You want to make sure you vote for the project you like the best by clicking thumbs up, okay? And then subscribe to my channel if you don't want to miss any of my other videos that I do, and share if you like it. So, friends, that's what we got this week. I hope you enjoy it. I know you'll enjoy the other videos. Thank you so much for stopping by, and here's my newscaster voice. With that, this is Julie Salva, signing off.